Photography Live Show. So it's another episode. Thank you for joining me today. And I think it's time we go straight into it. I've got some interesting news articles that I want to bring to your attention. What is HDR photography? It's a good question they raised in digital camera and video. James does quite a lot of photography. He's done stuff with Aston Martin and L'Oreal, so he knows his stuff. Does anyone actually use camera Wi-Fi? This photographer. So a photographer takes expressive portraits of dogs that show they have as much personality as a human. Right, there's a nice one I want to show you there. Look at that one there. How cool is that? But yeah, don't be limited by your photography. You can go in any direction you want to go. And it's always nice to see people doing stuff a bit more amusing, isn't it? Yep, so Reddit, well done. Sweet, SW33, sweet. He's got a new camera, XT3, and that's his first photo. You're doing well, mate, keep going. This show has been made possible by Camcake's photo accessories. There's a great link in the description to be able to pick up this cleaning kit for your camera. Make sure to check that out, and also their additional accessories they offer. It's time to have a look into the future.
Greetings, my children. It sounds like that many of you will be rushing in to buying this sort of thing, thinking that any of you can become a simple photographer. And that may be true. It is an art. And with art comes many things.
Insertions for us just to keep us amused. Make sure to check out his channel. I'll link it in the description. And yes, we've had a few more guests pop in, so thank you everybody that's popping in and joining. We've got your Edit My Raw section which we're going to look at, but before we do that, we do have a guest today that I spoke to before, and I pre-recorded the session. So we spoke to Violet and I asked her about smartphones. So can smartphones replace DSLR cameras?
In the first place, I would say, it's great to take photos and even video on mobile phones. Whether you have a Huawei or Samsung or iPhone, they're all equally good in terms of camera. Some people will argue the one is better than the other, but still, it takes a photo on a tiny little sensor. So it's
getting very close. It's interesting because with mobile phones, what happens is they'll give you their sensors and they'll say it's 30 megapixel, 40 megapixel. But if you remember how small the sensor is, they're basically compacting more megapixels on a small area. So it's interesting. In low light, it's not always great. They've come a long way, don't get me wrong, but there's still a lot more they could do. So I think it's time we went into the main segment of the show. So a lot of you have come over from Reddit. We have our little post there weekly, which is great. Thank you everybody that takes part, and I like to look at your photos.